Rap Radio. Raw and uncut.
Cubo, and welcome to Chicano Rap Radio. I'm your homie Snipes holding it down, and today we have big Runts in the building. So without further ado, let's welcome the homeboys to the show. What's up, Chris G and Bulldogg? How you guys doing today?
What's poppin', my boy?
What's poppin'?
Thank you for
Big
having
Runts
us.
in the building.
Big Runts in the building.
What's
You
going
already
on?
know.
Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah, we appreciate
That's
that,
right.
bro. You already know. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you guys taking the time to join me. I see you guys are real animated and full of energy, and which is what I like. So let's kick it off. You guys have a really good following, and you have a lot of fans that support you. But for some of the few people that are new to the Big Runts family, please give us a little background information on Big Runts, how you guys came together. Because if I understand correctly, Bulldogg is representing out of Boston. If you can't tell by his hat, and Chris G over here is representing out of LA. So how is it that you two came together?
And it all started. We were actually on a TV show together. We met on there. It was called Pit Boss on Animal Planet.
Shout out Shorty
Rossi for that one.
The boss connected us.
The boss connected us. So we met on there. He randomly put out a song one day. I hit him up. I was like, yo, I do music too, but never done it like actually recording it. I would do it for fun. And then we linked up, and
we have a homie K5 that right now engineers and produces some of our stuff. Shout out to him. He used to have a home studio. All the homies used to always go kick it over there, so we always making songs. There'd be like 5-6 people on the track. But then everyone was just like, yo, you two really have like something special. Like you guys like stand out. Like you guys should really think about taking this more serious, So then we started just making music, me and him together. And that's how Big Runts started. We the big little ones, the big ones in the room, the elephant in the room.
The underestimated overachievers, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And are you actually in your studio right now? Where are you at?
Yeah, we call this the Pig Pen.
It's the Pig Pen. We're in Inglewood right now, holding it down. You know what I'm saying? That's where our Pig Pen home studio. Like 90% of our songs are produced by Cris G. We record almost everything here. Most of the stuff gets engineered here. If you look at our music videos, we have music videos here because we're really doing it out here. We're putting that work.
So that's the headquarters of Big Runts
right
there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's right. That's right. Now you mentioned that Chris does the production. How long have you been doing production? As far as like the music versus getting into the lyrics.
So actually, I've been in music all my life. So I used to be like a drummer and all that, but actually making beats, I literally just started making beats when we needed beats for Big Runts. I didn't do it because I want to get into making beats. It was like, oh, we need beats and you have to pay for beats. So it was like, I already kind of know the basis of making music.
Yes,
so
drummer ear.
I have that drummer ear. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just learn how to do this. We need beats. We're not trying to pay for more beats right now because, we're starting from the bottom and we don't really have the budget for that. So I started making the beats and it just went from there. So I kind of had to learn just so everything could be in-house and everything could be us, So Big Runts is literally all us. And then the lyrics and all that, it just all came about just us getting together, being inspired by day-to-day things. And
that's solid. And I think the birth of innovation is necessity, and it sounded like you guys needed beats. And we're not gonna pay for it. Okay, all right. But what about you, Bulldogg? How long have you been doing music, and how'd you get into the music?
So I've always been a super music fan since I was a kid. I was like that little kid that knew like every word on the song and the songs on the radio. You know what I mean? And then like growing up, me and my boys always freestyling, but never nothing serious. And then I came out to LA, and like I said, my boy K5, he's always making music. He's like, come to the studio. And I'm like, I'll come just kick it to like see what's up, I show up to the studio and he's like, oh, this is the beat, this is the hook, this is the song, start writing. And I'm like, what? I never even like wrote a whole song out or nothing. It's just like little freestyles, little bars. And then from there, I just started like that day I wrote a whole song out, the verses and everything. And I like really enjoyed it. And it just took off from there. And we were doing it for fun. You know what I mean? We enjoy the music, the culture, all of it. And then we have something special, you know what I'm saying? So we have to take advantage of that. But all my life, huge music fan. Never thought about even being an artist till I came out to LA. started doing it for fun, and it grew on me 100%. I love it.
Now, what kind of influences did you have growing up?
So I grew up in Boston, Mass. Streets in the hood, you know what I'm saying? We grew up in a city. It's very different from out here, the West Coast, but everywhere has its hoods. You know, a lot of people don't know Boston. The perfect example is like, it's like New York is just like a smaller New York, you know what I mean? Because Boston is a big little city. So it's not as huge as New York, but it's the same scenario. Puerto Ricans, Dominicans heavy out there.
It's active.
You know?
It's active for sure.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's active. We out there. That's how I grew up. You know what I mean? Same as my boy who grew up normal lifestyles. You know what I'm saying?
What about musical influences growing up? You said
I love like DMX, Eminem. Like I love like Cassidy. I really like Dipset, even though they like that. I don't know. That's just what was hitting on the East Coast back then. You know what I mean? Like Biggie. I don't know. Jay-Z, Nas.
So you got a little bit of everything. You got the lyrical Eminem. You got some of the mainstream stuff with the Cassidy, rawness, you know, with DMX. So you had a nice little blend of music. What about you, Chris? What kind of musical influences did you have growing up?
Also, I think Eminem was a big influence on me just because his style was totally different. He was so like, I'm like a very energetic guy, and he's like a fast spitter, and he has that like, you know, boom, 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 deliver. And the first time I listened to Eminem I was actually on vacation in Mexico in a little farm, like on a rancho with my family. And there's certain things you can do out there, but they had a stereo there. My cousin had a CD. The only CD he had was Eminem. I think it's called like The Last Show or something like that. And then we put it on, and literally I just would start learning lyrics because we were in a rancho and there's just so much you can do. So we'd just be bumping that thing all day, every day. And then that's what I think that he was one of my biggest influences.
That's right.
Yeah. So I think Eminem probably.
You were out the CD, huh? You left and then couldn't even listen to it
literally
anymore.
In a rancho. So that was like, I was literally listening on a replay. So
So what does your cousin think about now? The music now you're into
it's just crazy because he was my cousin Jason. Shout out to Jason. He was very inspiring to me because he was like an older brother. So anything he did, I did. So he listened to rap. I listened to rap. Then he went to the rock phase, and I listened to rock music. But then again, like we're very musical in our family, so we're open minded and we like all kinds of music. And I think like now we incorporate that as big Runts. When we create music, we don't sound like every other artist. You can tell that we incorporate a lot of different sounds, a lot of different ways of flowing. So that's one thing that we like to do. So.
And is that when you got into the drumming? When you got into the
No, actually, I've been drumming since I was a kid, like since I was young.
Banging in pots and pans or what?
So yeah, literally, I'm not even joking. Pots and pans, and then they bought me a drum set, and then I was actually in a group. I used to play for my church too. I used to go to church with my parents, so I was in the choir, and I started picking up the drums there. So I was playing the drums for my church, and then I played in a grupo, like when we play cumbias, corridos, and all that. I was in a legit grupo where we would like play at quinceañeras, weddings, all that. And then that kind of fell off. And then I was still in the music thing. Like I knew I had it in me. So I became a DJ. And then I would start doing gigs myself, like weddings, quinceañeras, and things like that. So I knew like it's always been in me. I'm just kind of everywhere, you know what I mean? And now I found my spot. I think this is where I can express myself the most because I can create beats, I can create my lyrics and create literally something out of nothing, you know what I mean? So
when you guys create music, I mean, is there like a go-to like person that is in charge of maybe coming up with the concepts, or you guys could like collab? Like walk me through the process of making music first, making a song between you guys.
I feel like everything that we do, and I'm gonna quote my boy on this, is very organic. Like everything is just natural. We never go in like, okay, today we're gonna do this type of song, or today we're gonna be a little bit more lyrical. Everything's always like on the feel, on the mood, what we're going through that day, what we were listening to, you know, we're having a couple beers or whatever, you know, depending on the situation. So we go through beats. Sometimes you'll make a beat right there. There's literally no right or wrong process. Sometimes you'll come in like, hey, bro, I woke up from a dream and was thinking like we should use like this as a hook. And I'm like, hell yeah, that shit sounds fire. Let's do it, you know? And then, or sometimes we'll be listening to a beat and we'll both write our own hooks. And then we'll go and make it one hook. Like we'll collab. Right. That happens actually a lot. We do that a lot. And I don't know. I think it keeps it real fresh. Keeps it like organic. You know what I mean? It keeps it fresh. Keeps it
we don't try to laying ourselves too much where it's like just this category and
Right.
this is how it has to be. I think that's what like expresses us at, well, how we express ourselves as artists, because it gives us like our own ways to create. We can create literally anything. And I think that's what like we love about this whole music thing, because there's no limit to it. It's not like, oh, we have to create like rap like this kind of artist, or we have to like, we're our own people, we both have opinions, and it's not just one, it's two of us. So you know, we both come with an idea, or while we're doing this, I'll say something, he says something, we sometimes don't agree with it, or we sometimes do agree with it, but then at the end of the day we come together and put both our creative minds to it, and this is like the product we come out with, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, yeah, it's literally like how he said, it's all organic. We're chilling in the studio sometimes, or he'll sometimes come up with an idea, and then I'll kind of like, you know, piggyback on it and just add to it, or I come up with an idea, he kind of like adds a little spice to it, and then that's what makes this creative, you know what I mean? And that's what I think describes an artist, like as a, you know, as an artist, because there's no limit to this, you know what I mean?
I think that's a big blessing that we had, that we're super versatile. Sorry.
Go ahead. And I was going to add, I was going to add to that's what Big Runts is, you know, with it is the amalgamation of both of you together, and your ability to be able to work together and blend it in, you know, Cris, your style, Bulldogg, your style, and sometimes the mixture of both styles, you know, coming together. And that's what we hear in the music. Now, I see back behind you you know, seems some sort of chart or something like that. Like, are you guys pretty organized, or what's going on?
Yeah, well,
we try to be.
Steven is the organized one from the group, but I think we kind of need that. Like, I need that because I'm not as organized as him, but he kind of that's what keeps us together. You know what I mean? Like, he has this, I have this, but yeah, he's the more organized one, but he's teaching me to be more organized. But I feel like if you have a plan, it goes better. If you're organized and you know, kind of just have ideas, write them down, because if you don't write down, what if you have $1 million idea, you forget about it? Literally, sometimes we're here, we think of something, write it down on the whiteboard, write it down on the whiteboard, or literally, like we say too, because I always tell them, like, I have some crazy creative dreams. Like, I wake up from a dream 3 a.m, I gotta write it down in my notes just so I don't forget. But I feel like a lot of our creativity has came from those little random thoughts that just pop up, you know, or sometimes you're driving on the freeway or whatever, and you think of something, you're like, oh, when I get to the studio, this is what we're gonna do. But you gotta like execute. You know what I'm saying? Because
definitely good to have that checklist, man.
Literally, you got to write it down. I really recommend that a lot.
Get that goal done.
Whatever idea you have, write it down, because if not, you're gonna forget it. You think it's like you're not gonna forget, you'll forget. Write it down, and that's what we have the whiteboard for. We have, and also like our songs that are finished, the songs that are in progress, just just things, to-do lists, things that we want to do in the future, just little things like that.
That's right. Well, I think it works really good. And, you know, I appreciate you guys kind of giving the listeners a little bit of trade craft, you know, a little bit trade secrets, because it is important to stay organized. You know, I think, you know, when you have a plan, or especially when you want it, like something to be successful and you plan it out, you know, 90% planning, 10% execution, because you've already thought about all the hard things, you know, and then you to put it in motion. So appreciate you guys sharing that with us. And I want to get a little bit more into the actual music that you guys have put out over the years since you guys came together and formed Big Runts. But let's take a quick little break and we'll be right back. You're listening to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Hit us up at 805-395-6595 for your special requests, dedications, and shout-outs. Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Welcome back to Chicano Rap Radio. We're chopping it up with Cris G and Bulldogg out of Big Runts. We've been talking about how they got into the music, how they came together, what makes their chemistry unique and special. I wanted to get a little bit more into the music you've put out over the years since you came together. I want to get your take on it, Bulldogg. Tell me, what are some of the songs that are your favorite that you guys have put out that you're the most proud of leading up until now?
Definitely, of course, Broke No More. I feel like is just our #1 smash hit. Like, I've never heard anyone not like that song. It's just a hit, you know. When they play, everybody feels good. Broke No More is definitely one of my favorite. But I got a ton, you know. Playing that we released recently, I really like. Lonely, 699 Demons. That song hit, bro. I really love that song. I feel like we're very versatile, so we make a lot of different types of music. So like if you're a hip hop fan or rap fan, we're gonna have something you like because we cover every angle. We got the lyrical, we got the new modern, we got that deep emotional, we got everything. So definitely those are some of my favorites right there off the bat.
What about you, Chris? I mean,
I would also have to agree. Well, Broke No More is one of my favorites too, just because it's a hit and just what it's about. It's Broke No More is technically not bragging about like not being broke anymore, but it's talking about basically like you don't want to be broke no more. It's talking about what you're going through, not to, like the things you want. Like everyone wants the nice cars and the things like that, but we're not talking about having them. We're talking about like we want them in our possession, type things, but also showing and expressing ourselves that we're still kind of in the gutter, you know what I'm saying, like from the bottom. So I think that's why it's such a hit. And then
people can relate to that, I'm sure. The music is fire.
Yeah, thank you, man. And I also really love our new song and Mismo is super dope too. Just because we express a little bit about ourselves and just kind of give a little, and it's dope to the listener because it's fresh. It's a new it's our first Latin song, so everyone's kind of like, oh dang, like we knew they were Latinos or whatever, but we didn't know they can deliver and like just deliver how they're delivering. They thought we were just gonna do it because we're trying to release something different and just to do a Spanish song, but we speak Spanish. Our parents speak Spanish. We speak Spanish at home, so why wouldn't we? And then we have a lot of like a fan base that's our Spanish speakers, just that we haven't delivered a Spanish song, so they're like, when are you gonna drop that Spanish song? We're like, we're coming, it's coming. So it had to be special, done.
Yo.
It had to be done. Then one last other song, that's another one of my favorites. It's a Block Voice, just because it's nothing gimmicky. Like we really were raised on the block, in that urban environment, with the homies on the block, sipping 40s type vibes. And I just feel like we had to project that and show that to the people, so they can kind of see like, oh, we really kind of did this type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're keeping it real and you're giving the artist, a little piece of who you are in each song. Mm-hmm. Now, is there like a go-to person for the hooks, or do you guys just kind of just organically vibe off each other? Like, hey, this one, I got this one.
Yeah. Right. Sometimes he has an idea already. Sometimes I'll have an idea. Sometimes, like I'll just be like, oh, what do you think about? Not even words, just like, da 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 da, and you're like, oh yeah, we should say this in those, like there's no exact process. Sometimes he'll make a half hook, I'll make a half hook, we'll combine it. Sometimes we'll use both halves. Like we just organically we go with the feeling of it, what feels good.
Which one of your songs do you think has like resonated the most with your fans? I mean, I know you like Broke No More and it's done really well, but is there like a song that you think like has stood out the most to your fans that you've gotten like the most feedback from, that maybe you were like not expecting it?
Well, I think Broke No More in general, I mean, it's kind of like the way that it's because that song, the lyrics, is like how I said, it's talking about like, we don't want to be broke anymore, we're eating freaking top ramens and things like that or whatever. Yeah. But we put it on like a fun beat. So it's not just like feel sorry for us type thing. You know what I mean? Right, it's like, we want to make this lifestyle like kind of not fun, but like, so it can attract the ear. It can be like a replayable, catchy song, but the lyrics are still like that, like we want more, we don't want to be broke anymore, because we didn't want to put that on like a sad beat. We wanted to combine that with like a turn up, so it can be like something that people vibe to, but it's also expressing how we don't want to be broke anymore and the lifestyle we're coming from and things like that. So,
bro, been underestimated.
Oh, you beat me to it. That's right.
Bro,
that's right. Tell me more about that one.
It's a very like, I feel like it's like an old school hip hop type feel. And we've gone through that beat like a bunch of times, and I'm like, nah, I'm not really feeling it today. But that day, I was like, oh, that beat's going in right now. And he's like, bro, we should do some like lyrical shit to it. I'm like, Leo, let's see what we do, bro. We did that, and we got really good response to that. Really, I wasn't expecting it. I feel like that one's very different from everything else that we've done, but people really love it. We got a lot of good response from that.
Yep. What about Lonely? Because you guys have
Lonely's good too, bro.
I feel like the creative process for Lonely was amazing. Like you really kind of it kind of messes with your mind a little bit, just because just the way the video is shot, and like
right at the beginning of COVID,
you know,
shit.
beginning of COVID,
People were
and then
actually
it's kind of like has this both meanings. Like, you know, I'm so lonely. Like there's days where you're feeling all good and all that. You can be in a room full of a bunch of people, but still feel a certain way type of vibe. You know what I mean? So it just, you know, everyone has their feelings, and it was just one of those songs like, oh, you know, we gotta put something out like this, you know. So have a little bit of a taste of everything. You know what I mean?
You guys do a really good job of not only creating music that people are going to vibe to and enjoy, but you also like covering different sounds, different feelings, different concepts. You know, that's why like the broke no more. You know, it's like a hope, you know, or inspirational kind of thing. You know, I don't want to be broke no more. Too lonely. You know, dealing with like different aspects of you know, shit, just being human. You know, you go through sad shit. You know, you go through lonely shit, or sometimes, you know, like you the broke no more is like inspiring, like you're hungry, you know, like fuck this, I'm not standing for this shit anymore, you know, I'm tired of being broke, I'm not gonna be broke no more. And so that's what I like about your music, that you guys you know, you come with it. And you know, I think that you guys are on a really good trajectory. You know, keep grinding. You guys have really good energy about what you're doing. I also wanted to, I kind of glossed over it a little bit because I didn't want to get into it yet, but tell me a little bit more why El Mismo came about. How did that concept come about?
Honestly, I feel like we've been talking about it for a long time. We wanted to do a Spanish song, but we never want to force anything. You know, it has to come organically. You know, I hate to keep saying it, but that's how we ride. And you know what I mean? It has to feel good. It has to come from a good place. Like we don't want to force anything. So we've been talking about, we got to do a Spanish song, bro. Especially, you know, here on the West Coast is more of a Mexican, Central American culture. On the East Coast is very Caribbean, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. So I'm like, you know, when we throw both of that in the mix, it's like something super special. You know what I mean? And one day we were just in the studio, heard a song, the beat was fire. We're like, yo, we should do a Spanish to this one. We're chilling, good vibes, and banged it out in like a couple hours, right?
Yeah, but I think also too, since we kind of made it's our first Spanish song, the way we delivered on there was kind of like for the people that don't know us in the Spanish world, we're like, we are those little guys that are here to knock doors down and show you who we are. So we kind of we delivered, we came hard, talking about how we're little dudes doing big badass shit. So yeah, that's pretty much how we came about it. So
I love that message too. You know, it's a solid message of, you know, no barriers, no limits. You know, I mean, you're as big as you want to be. You know, and you guys have definitely proven that. So props for that. Now, you guys just released El Mismo. I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks ago, and you guys also had an event. How was that event for you guys? The promotion for the single that you guys recently had.
So we had the Garcia family, which if you don't know is Chris G and his family. They're super popular on YouTube. Make sure you go subscribe right now. And TikTok and all, you know, everywhere. Go follow them. And Big Runts. We presented Gettin Jiggy at Mr. Rosewood. Shout out Mr. Rosewood, which is an awesome restaurant out in Norwalk. So we had vendors, we had DJ, we had games, raffles, prizes. It was just super lit. Cars out there, lowriders and classics. Plus, we did the music video for El Mismo that same day. So it was super lit. We're thinking about having another one. So we do. Y'all got to make sure you come out there, check it out, Gettin Jiggy. But the event was super successful. Everyone was super happy, had a great time, good vibes. The music video, bro, is looking sick, bro. We saw little clips. Shout out to our videographer, bro.
Snoop's that we're working with.
Snoop's put in work, bro. We're super excited about that. Make sure y'all go subscribe on Big Runts on YouTube right now, because that's coming in like a week or two, bro. It's gonna be
the video.
Special. It's gonna be special, bro.
And it's also dope. Like we did this event just because, you know, as artists, we always take part in other people's events and come to our event, come perform or come. But we were like, you know what? We're Big Runts. We need to take over the game. Like we need to do our own event. So we literally did this. It was Big Runts and other people that were part of it. Like obviously the people that provide the location and things like that. But this was all organized by Big Runts. Like we hosted this event. We put it together. And it was a success, man. Like, shout out to everyone who came out. Everyone had a great time. It was for everybody. It wasn't like just certain particular people. It was for everybody. So
it was a family friendly
it was,
event.
yeah, it was
Family-friendly,
dope,
super
man.
lit, bro.
It was good vibes, bro.
Cheap
That's right.
beers, you know what I'm saying? Good meat, cheese, good food, good vibes, everything. The DJ D6 was lit, bro.
Getting jiggy.
Yeah, bro, it was lit. Make sure y'all come up to the
So
next
if you didn't go, you missed out. Make sure you catch
Yep.
Yeah, for real.
For real.
For real.
You could have been in the video.
Yo,
There you go.
mad people coming out in the video, bro. It's gonna be
That's it.
sick, bro.
And it's dope because we like to involve like the people that are involved with us and support us in things that we do. So, you know, we were like, let's do an event, and all these people that are coming out to support, let's involve them in the video. Well, obviously if they want to, but obviously like everyone wanted to, just because, you know, we gotta show back, like, you know, like these are the people that are supporting us and these are the people that are showing up. You know, people say certain things, but then there's people that show up. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say real quick, like to piggyback on that, anyone, artist coming up, anything who asks us any questions, needs help, advice, we're always there to help. We're not those people that are like, oh, I'm not gonna tell them how I do this or where my plug is for that. Like, we're not those people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to make a buck off nobody. You know what I mean? Like, we businessmen, but if people need help, we're always there to help and support and show love. A good example of that, most of the vendors at our event were up and coming vendors. You know, a lot of them, it was their first event and everyone did super well. So I would definitely want to give a shout out to all the vendors. Thank all of them for coming out. You know what I'm saying? For real.
That's right.
We like giving back. That's part of what we do. You know what I mean?
So do you have an actual release date for the video?
Not an exact. Yeah.
So we just did this event. What was it on last week, which was
The 10th.
The
the
10th.
10th of July. But well, you know, the videographer still's got to edit, and he's a very busy man. So he said in about 3 weeks, but we can't mark no date exactly. But if you guys go to our Instagram, like Big Runts on IG, you can see like the recap videos. There's a couple recap videos that happened at the event. So you guys can go check that out just to get a sneak peek of what's gonna come. So go to Big Runts on Instagram and check it out, and you'll get a little sneak peek, a little taste, a little teaser of the Gettin Jiggy event we just did. So, and the music video. So go check that out.
Okay, that's right. We're gonna take that as a cue to take a quick little break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Welcome back to Chicano Rap Radio. We're chopping it up with Big Runts. We've been talking about how they got into the music, some of their favorite songs, some of the songs that they've gotten good feedback from. We've also been talking about their latest single, El Mismo, which is their first Spanish song. So if you haven't had an opportunity to check it out, make sure you check it out. It's available on all digital platforms. We've also been talking about their event that they recently had, where it was a family-friendly event. A lot of people came out and supported them, supported the music, and everybody had a real good time. Now, you guys are building a brand. You know, Big Runts is definitely a brand, and it's a force to be reckoned with. And you know, we're definitely supporters of it. Can people get merch? Like if someone is a super fan or really wants to support you, do you have merch available, and where can they get it?
Of course, man. We always got merch on deck. Make sure you go hit up that website. It's www.bigruntsmusic.com, bro. Not only can you get merch, but you can find all of our music, stay updated with us, all that good stuff. You already know what it is, man. Bigruntsmusic.com. You already know. We out here with the merch popping. We actually also speaking about El Mismo. We got special El Mismo shirts, which we had only at the Gettin Jiggy event. So I believe the day that we drop the video will be the same day we will also have those shirts available on the website.
So it's very limited. So
they're gonna sell out. Make sure you're on there quick and get it while you can, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And Big Runts Mob, tell me the concept behind that. Like how did that come about, and why the Big Runts Mob?
So we are Big Runts, which is big, and Runts means the littlest from the group or the litter, how you like to call it. So we're the little big dogs, you know what I'm saying? But Big Runts Mob is how we call our supporters, our fans.
Fan base.
So Big Runts Mob is the mob that is running with the Big Runts. So
okay,
anytime we see people that support us and all that, they're part of the family. We like to involve them a lot. we like to, include them in the things that we do, just because, they're what makes us Big Runts. We can't be Big Runts without the supporters. So Big Runts Mob is it's our supporters. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. Big Runts Mob. We're strong.
Yeah. We love to represent the underestimated, bro.
Right.
The people that get chosen last,
the slept on,
the people that are slept on and things like that. You know what I mean? So
that's what we represent.
That's what we represent.
And oftentimes those are the people that are the most dangerous, because they've been slept on, because they're underestimated, because they're the underdogs, they're the hungriest, So like, they're coming.
Bro, little scrappy do right here, boy.
Right. That's right. Now, tell me about the logo, the Big Runts logo, and I think you have it on the wall. If you can maybe just pan up for a little bit,
we can
check that out.
We can see in our studio.
Look at that.
Big Runts Mob.
Look at that. That's dope right there.
We mobbing out
We
here.
out here.
Yeah, boy. Big Runts Mob.
Literally.
Let me throw that up this
No,
guy.
wait, look.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. This is a lifestyle, baby.
Oh, there you
Right.
go. There it
Yeah,
is.
Look at that.
bro.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Mobbing, for sure, bro. Big Runts Mob, you know what I'm saying? The real,
The real.
I don't know if I should
So
tell
no,
this.
so the logo has grew to something bigger than what it was created for.
Yeah.
But like we said, we're from the hood, we're from the block back in the day. Explain. Explain what it is. So as you can see, it's a pig, right? It's like a pig with a bow tie, but there's X's on its eyes.
Right.
So when there's X's on the eyes, that means it's a dead pig.
Yeah,
So
we mobbing out here, Big Runts Mob. That's what it is.
let's just say it was back in the day.
Back in the day, used to be something in Boston going on, but right now it's grown to represent us, Big Runts. That's it. That's all it is, bro.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
It's gonna be more recognized than the Wu-Tang Clan signal, more recognized than the McDonald's logo. You already know. You see the biggest Big Runts up in the building. We out here.
It's a dope logo, and it would look dope on a t-shirt, on a sticker, and on a hat. So make sure you go check out the website and get your hat. I believe you guys have masks as well, right?
Yeah, masks, shirts, all that. Hats. Yeah, for sure. Go check it out. Bandanas out there. You know what I'm saying? We good.
So you got a little bit of for everyone, a little something different for everyone. If you want to support or be part of the Big Runts Mob, make sure you go check them out at their website, bigruntsmusic.com. Support the movement, support the music. Now, you have a music video that you recently recorded for El Mismo, and you mentioned, that it's going to be dropping. I don't know, there's no exact day, but when do you think you might have the visuals ready so the fans can keep an eye out for that?
Maybe mid-August or so, something like that. But in the meantime, we need everyone to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then turn on your post notification just so you can be notified when we do post that video.
Right.
It'll be like a heads up, like a little bell, and it'll just let you know. So you don't have to keep checking up on that. Just subscribe, turn on the little notification bell, and then whenever we post it, bam, it'll just let you know, just so you can be the first one to watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, if you're on Instagram, follow us. You know what I'm saying? Big Runts. Stay hip with us. We're always dropping little trailers, what's going on, little previews. Yeah. So you'll definitely be able to be updated there. You already know.
And then on the Big Runts, the Big Runts Instagram, we do a lot of sneak peeks before official drops. So if you want to get sneak peeks, also, so follow us on the IG. But Big Runts on everything. Everywhere. BIGRUNTS.
All social medias, all digital platforms. You can Google it, Big Runts. We out there, we everywhere. Let's get it, Big Runts.
And you mentioned possibly having a second event. Is that before the drop of the new video, or you're just gonna have a second event?
We might wait a little bit on it.
Okay.
Just because we want to do this bigger, and because this was our first event ever that we've hosted and done ourselves, so we learned from it. And this next one, we just want to expand and do different. We want to move different. Obviously, include a lot of the similar things that was a success, but also we're learning from ourselves. And definitely make a couple different moves.
It might be an end of the summer bash. So
end of the summer bash.
Just
you know what I'm saying?
Keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind. The event is
Listen.
called Gettin Jiggy. So just keep keep that up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Part two, Getting Jiggy with it, part 2 coming soon. And I imagine, if you guys are spending time in the pig pen, you're constantly creating and crafting new music. So there's going to be other singles, other projects coming down, coming down the pipeline. Now, is there any plan for like a full length feature album, or what's the next musical project coming out of the Big Runts, family?
So we're always dropping new music, always. So, again, make sure you follow us on all those platforms. But right now, we really enjoy just the dropping of the singles. I feel like that's our move right now. We have dropped projects before. We really enjoy that too. But with a project, you do have to stay in one lane. And we're so creative that we just, we don't like to go into something like we have to do it the same. We have to be at this style. We like to be open and free. So we really, really enjoy dropping singles for everybody. So definitely,
Okay.
if you enjoy music, hip hop, you're going to find at least one song that you like from us because we're so versatile. Make sure you go subscribe and follow all that for sure.
Okay. All right. That's right. Well, we'll continue to support you. I want to say thank you very much for sharing your story with us, sharing your music. We wish you guys nothing but the best. We're definitely going to have to check out the website and, buy some of your merchandise so that we can be official members of the Big Runts family. So we'll make sure to check that out. Any last words individually for the fans that you want to leave them with?
I want to say real quick, just thank you to everybody rocking with us. Thank you, bro, for having us here on the show. We appreciate your time.
Snipes.
You already know, bro. Big Runts in the building. I really love all y'all, and God bless, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't never stopping.
That's
This
it.
is only the beginning, baby. Let's go.
That's right. All right. So stay posted. You heard it here. It's only the beginning. They have a lot of music still to create. They make really good music together. They're going to continue to put out music. There's another event coming real soon in case you missed the original one. Support them. Go check out wink wink. Go check out their Instagram, their Facebook. Go check out their website in case you want to check out some of their music videos. Want to buy some merch in case you want to just stay up to date. Go check them out. Go subscribe. Hit the notification bell, like Chris said. And thank you so much, Chris G and Bulldogg, for joining us. You're listening to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.